Good morning, everybody. Today, Jordan and I are in the Adirondacks. We are in the Giant Mountain Wilderness area. There's Jordan blending in with the trees. We are hiking an Adirondack high peak today. So from this trailhead, you can get Giant Mountain and Rocky Peak Ridge. And we actually did Giant Mountain back in 2010 when we first started dating, when we lived here in the capital region of New York. But we did not do Rocky Peak Ridge at that time. We weren't really hikers at the time or going after the high peaks. So we were beat after just Giant and came down. So today we are going back up, 12 years later, and getting Rocky Peak Ridge. And while we're up there, we'll probably just tag Giant as well since we're so close. But yeah, it's like 6 a.m. right now, and we got here early because this parking lot gets really full really quickly, and I was paranoid that it was going to be full, but we are only the second car here, so we got a parking spot. But the hike today is under 10 miles, and but it's still like over 4,000 feet of vertical gain, so it's steep and short. But yeah, I will bring you guys along. All right, we are just under 2 miles in for the day, and I took probably my worst fall that I've ever taken hiking, just like half mile to a mile ago. We were crossing a creek, and I stepped on a fairly large boulder along the creek edge, and it just rolled out from under my foot. And I went down with it, fell right into the creek, fell onto my knee onto a rock. But luckily, I am injury-free. My thumb is bleeding a little, and my right leg is soaking wet, my right foot is soaking wet. But it's a warm day, so the soaking wet part of it doesn't really matter. But yeah, my knee is okay, the one that I fell on. I didn't land right on my knee. It was more below my knee, above my shin, kind of. But it's fine. I definitely had quite the adrenaline rush, and yeah, it could have been a lot worse. So thankfully I'm okay. And we are continuing up. I'm sweating. It's very humid out today. It might, well, I don't know. The sky is pretty clear now. It was maybe supposed to rain at some point, but all I see are blue skies, so I don't think it's going to. But I'm hoping this humidity doesn't stay. I don't know. At this point, I think this is just going to be how it is. But yeah, we also, I don't know if I should admit this or not, but we also aren't on the route we thought we were going to be on. We parked at a different trailhead than we thought we were parking at. Like when we looked at the map and planned out what route we were taking, we parked at the trailhead before the trailhead we were supposed to park at. This trail still goes to Giant, and there are signs all over that it goes to Giant, so we didn't even think anything of it or realize we were not on the correct route or the planned route until we pulled open the map at the creek because the trail wasn't very clear. But we're still on our way to Giant. All is well. Probably shouldn't admit that. We clearly didn't prepare a whole lot for this hike today. But yeah, that's how the day's going. And I'm being eaten alive by bugs. So yay me. Alright, we are at the junction of the trail we intended to come up on, which is that way. We came up over here, and we've reached what is apparently an angelic privy. That sign right there, you can't see it in the video, but it says privy. And there's these gorgeous light rays coming through from there. Must be magical. All right, we are at the junction for Rocky Peak Ridge and Giant. Rocky Peak Ridge goes that way. The summit of Giant is up there, and it's super close. So I think we're just gonna run up and tag that first, and then continue on to Rocky Peak Ridge. Like I said, we've already done Giant. It was a long time ago, and it'll be cool to get up there again now because I remember nothing of it or this trail. So we're gonna do that. We only have like 100 more feet to go, probably less than a quarter mile. And the weather's looking beautiful. All right, we're here at the summit of Giant Mountain. We have the summit all to ourselves, which is so surprising because this is a very popular high peak since it's so short and close to town. And yeah, I'm just very surprised we're up here by ourselves. We haven't seen one other person all day. Granted, we were on probably the less popular trail for most of the time, but the trail did join up with the regular trail, and we still saw no one, so it'll be interesting to see how many people we see on our way down or over to Rocky Peak Ridge. Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous views today. All right, so we started our descent down Giant from that intersection I showed you just a little bit ago. And that is our peak right there, Rocky Peak Ridge.
Lake Champlain?
Where? Out there? Jordan says that's Lake Champlain potentially.
I think so.
Cool, cool. Cool, cool. Yeah, I've heard that the section between Giant and Rocky Peak Ridge kind of sucks. So, and by suck, I mean it's steep and slabby. And I do okay going up steep slabby, but going down steep slabby, I am a sloth. So, it might be a while till we're over there. All right, so I think we're mostly done with the descent off of Giant, which, yes, I can confirm it sucked. There's just a lot of super steep granite slabs that you have to maneuver down, and it's the end of May, so it is sort of like the end of mud season, so there's some mud on top of some of the slabs. It also rained recently, like last night, so the slabs are wet. Some of the slabs have moss on them, which makes them slippery. But we managed. We're gonna be filthy by the end of this hike, that's for sure. And I think we're probably about to start, actually I think we are starting to go uphill towards Rocky Peak Ridge, which I do think there's some steep stuff on this, but I don't mind going up it. We do have to turn around and come back the same exact way, so all the slabs that we just came down, we have to go back up to get to that giant Rocky Peak Ridge intersection. There is a rain cloud coming in, so we might get rained on after all. It's pretty dark, like, back there, so we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't make these slabs even worse, but I'm gonna put the phone away so I can boogie up this mountain, hopefully get there before the rain comes. See ya. Well, we didn't make it to the summit before the rain came in. We were very close though, like less than a quarter mile and less than 100 feet, so we almost made it. The climb up to Rocky Peak Ridge wasn't bad. There weren't really any slabs at all. And going up to Giant, I'm just hoping that this rain doesn't make it extra sketchy, but it was already pretty wet coming down, so I don't think it really will make it that much worse. And I think this is just supposed to be a passing shower, so hopefully it comes and goes quickly, so that we don't have to deal with it the whole rest of the day. But yeah, I will check in with you guys at the summit of Rocky Peak Ridge. All right, guys, we are at the summit of Rocky Peak Ridge. As you can see, we have fantastic views behind us. We are just in a cloud all around us. Can't see anything. It's still raining, and it goes like heavier and lighter, like off and on. So hopefully this just passes quickly. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna be hanging out up here. Now we go down the same way we just came up. There's Jordan, I was cutting him off. And then up the treacherous side of Giant. Hopefully it's not miserable with the rain, but then we go down. We are at like 4.5 miles right now for the day. So we're gonna be going back the same way we came, which will make our day 9 miles. And we've already done 3,900 vertical feet. And it's like what, like 400 or 500 foot climb back up to Giant.
It's like 700.
Oh, 700 to get back up to the junction. So we're gonna get going. Bye. All right, so we are on our final descents down to the parking lot, but we have like 3,000 feet or something like that to descend. So it's a long descent. I think it's only probably like, without looking at my watch, maybe like 3 miles or so. It started raining a little bit again, and we're both just like filthy. We're covered in mud, we're soaked, and I think both of us have fallen today.
I did not fall.
Jordan doesn't count it as a fall since his butt didn't touch the ground, but his poles went flying, so I count it as a fall. Yeah, I'm wearing different shoes today. I don't know if you noticed. They are the Cotopaxi, or the Hoka Cotopaxi crossover. They're the Hoka Torrents, and I had originally bought these shoes to try for the AT before I found the Speed Goats. They're just not as cushioned, so I ultimately went with the Speed Goats on the AT because they're more cushioned. My feet are definitely starting to hurt in these, and I don't think it's because of the shoes today. I do think it's just because my feet aren't healed, and I continue to try to come out and push myself before my body is healed. So my feet are hurting, my Achilles are hurting a little bit, but luckily it's a short hike today. It was just a lot of vertical gain. Our plans for tomorrow will depend on probably how I feel tonight, or even tomorrow morning when I wake up. But I don't think it's going to be the original like 19-mile hike to Allen Mountain that we had planned, just because I don't think my body is ready for that at this point. So we will see what tomorrow brings. yeah, we're gonna keep heading down. See ya. All right, guys, we are almost back to the car. Like a quarter mile maybe. We're both just like toast. It was a short hike, but man, the elevation and like the terrain just took it out of us. And with Jordan being, what, 2 weeks post-COVID, and me just being like broken still from the AT, we were quite the pair today. So yeah, we're gonna get back to the car. I'm gonna get out of these freaking shoes, put on sandals, and we're gonna go get pizza and beer at Big Slide, which is like our favorite place to go here in the Adirondacks. We go every time we're here. It's like non-negotiable, no matter where we are in the Adirondacks and no matter what time of day it is. We're gonna go to Big Slide. It doesn't even matter how long the wait is, we will wait. Absolutely. So that's the plan for the rest of the day. We'll see what tomorrow brings. If it's gonna be a hiking video, you'll see it. If we decided not to hike, there will be no hiking video, obviously. So, see you guys.